Hi, I'm Georgette.
I'm Tom.
And I'm Julie.
And you're watching
Word of Mouth.
I'm an actor.
That's what I used to think.
What about that producer? If looks could kill, I'm dead.
Well, he's afraid you're a drinker.
I don't drink on the show.
Not according to Clurman. I checked with him. You worked with him in '44. What happened?
We saw The Country Girl, which is a revival of the Clifford Odets play.
Well, The Country Girl is the story of a once-was actor who has destroyed his riches and his fame by descending into alcoholism.
The main characters are Frances McDormand plays Georgie, the wife of the actor who is played by Morgan Freeman.
The play opens with him in a very seedy, tiny apartment with his long-suffering wife.
And he gets this shot at a big part in a play, and it's his chance to redeem himself.
The director is played by Peter Gallagher.
He wants to hire Frank because he believes in him that he's a good actor.
And Peter Gallagher is taking a chance on Morgan Freeman that he's going to be able to, keep his drinking under control and really, nail this part.
I've never really liked plays as much as musicals because sometimes they lose me and I get lost in them. I really found this very, very interesting. I thought they really, really were wonderful. I mean, you started to feel like you were in there, you were in the play. You just were part of it with them. They were all very good.
I thought the performances were wonderful, but I felt that the principals were acting in different interpretations of the play. So I never got the sense of the spark between Morgan Freeman's character and Frances McDormand's character. They just didn't seem to connect on an emotional level for me.
Frances McDormand's character was really inscrutable to me, at least in the first act, and I couldn't really figure out, why she was in it. But you can understand why Georgie is attracted to Frank, because Morgan Freeman really has a lot of magnetism, I thought. He's a very attractive person, even though he's appears to be much older than she is, and he appears to have some real serious problems. You can kind of understand why Georgie wants to stay with him, because Morgan Freeman really gives the characters a lot of charm, I thought.
He was phenomenal. I mean, I like him very much. I've seen him in lots of movies. I can't even remember half the things, and I always like him in everything I see. Morgan Freeman is really a very, very good actor.
I think that Morgan Freeman was very, very consistent in this performance. I mean, consistent with the excellence, that he's set as a pattern for himself before. I thought that he was wonderful. And I thought that Frances McDormand was also very consistent in her portrayal. I just didn't find a match between the portrayal that she was delivering and the one that he was delivering.
Peter Gallagher, I thought, was excellent throughout. He has a lot of magnetism, and he has a lot of charm, and even though he's kind of a sexist pig throughout his character is a sexist pig. Peter Gallagher's not a sexist pig. Peter Gallagher's character is a sexist pig. He's very attractive and has a lot of magnetism too, and so you can understand why, even though he's kind of a jackass, a woman would be attracted to him and fall for him.
Very handsome. Too much eyebrows though. He needs them eyebrows clipped.
I saw Wake and Sing a couple of years ago on Broadway, and that was the first Clifford Odets play that I'd ever seen, and I loved it. I thought it was one of the best, maybe one of the 10 best things I've ever seen on Broadway. And so I was really eager to see this because it would be another exposure to the playwright.
Clifford Odets, I feel, can be very dated because at the time that he was writing, which was around the 30s and 40s, he was seen as kind of a daring playwright. He would address topics that hadn't been addressed on stage before. So for instance, in The Country Girl, I guess at the time addressing alcoholism and codependency, in a relationship was an unfamiliar subject. And now that's not, it's not going to earn you any points.
The play is not dated at all. I think I read that it said it takes place in 1950. These situations are so much a part of today's life.
I personally related to Frances McDormand's character because I've been involved with people who had substance abuse problems and drinking problems. And I know, I kind of know personally, and it really resonated with me personally, how you can want to control somebody and save somebody and rescue somebody, and that kind of hit me, it hit a little close to home.
I like dysfunction. I enjoy that. I understand it. I understand. I'm a hairdresser. I deal with dysfunction all day long. So I really related to it. It was understandable. It was real.
In this play, the director at one point talks about the potential for what a wonderful play they will be able to produce, but it's not quite there yet. That's the sense that I had from this play, that it could be a wonderful play, but it's not quite there yet.
If somebody wants to see a play and they want to see a classic play or a revival of something, I would probably recommend it to them.
And a lot of people don't talk about these things, and there's so much of it going on. There's so many people out there that have drinking problems, and I think it could just give people a little encouragement to go out and get some help.
I'm afraid I went in with too big expectations given the cast and the direction, and I was a little bit disappointed.
Turn in my notice. Why should I care? Do they? Producer and director don't show up second night of a show.
God is just where he was before.
Well, how do I know if I'm good? Can't you understand how I feel?
Yes, I can. I can tell you're agonized. But I'll tell you one thing that's gospel. You walk off this show, too, you'll never see me again.
Oh, right. Take everybody else's part. Never mind how I'm feeling. Just take everybody else's part.
This year, I'm taking my own part.
Why'd you ever marry me?
That's easy. You always had chiclets in your pocket.